Hello Taurus, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2020 reading for you. And just from the sound that the singing bowl gave us to cleanse the energy and raise our energy vibration, I can tell that this is going to be a powerful and strong message. Now, if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also to subscribe to my channel. So let's dive in. I'm going to be starting with your chakra cards. All right. So let's see what your chakras have to say about this time. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides guide this message. Show us what they are to hear. Angels and spirit guides guide this message. Show us what they are to hear. Ooh, goodness. Okay. So this whole pile fell. And I'm actually really drawn to this one here. Oh, we'll turn that over in just a minute. And that one. So two are definitely calling to you. All right. So we have first universal light, which is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above your crown. There is this universal light to you. There's this beauty. There's this radiance. And then we have truth. So this beauty and this radiance is bringing you to your throat chakra. And it's really showing me your throat chakra kind of just goldened, okay? Like sparkled, you know, kind of like the lapis lazuli right here, which represents the throat chakra. If you see how it has gold specks in it. And actually ancient Egyptians believed that this was a piece of heaven that fell from the sky so that you had, you know, a piece of the sky to carry around with you. And that's what I'm really seeing during this time. It's like you have a piece of the sky, this piece of the most beautiful, most serene truth. And if you have lapis lazuli in any piece of jewelry or anything like that, to keep it on your person would be so beneficial for you during this time, just to make sure you incorporate it into your wardrobe, or just have a little rock of it, a little stone in your pocket, carrying it around with you. That's going to be really great because you're going to see that it empowers your words. It empowers what you are saying. You're finding more balance to how it is that you want to communicate with the world, what you want to communicate with the world, what you're looking for, where you're trying to be. And that's going to be a very powerful, you know, presence for you during this time. Most definitely. All right, now let's dive in to what the tarot has to say. And I was meditating on this before, so just to let you guys know the setup of things, this is to be the left hand, the heart, and the right hand. So the private self, the heart's desires, and the public self coming forward. Now, even if you are left-handed, I do see it as more like, that's why I believe more creative people are left-handed than right-handed. Like, they did some sort of study I read somewhere. And I think it's because you have this higher connection with spirit in the way that you're connecting with things. So the spiritual self is coming forward through the left hand, the way I see it. Right? Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, 2020 Taurus. Angels and spirit guides guide this message. Show us clearly, show us clearly. Angels and spirit guides, oh goodness, guide this message and show us clearly. Oh, my goodness, just falling out. Left and right, very powerful message for you. All right. Okay. So we're starting off with the ones that just jumped out, that definitely wanted to be heard. So we start off with the 3 of Pentacles. Then we have the 3 of Swords. And Temperance, balance coming in. Now that's also a Sagittarian energy, a time frame of November 22nd to December 21st. Very interesting. King of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, also the Battle King. You are taking nobody's nonsense. 4 of Wands, the happily ever after. After heartbreak comes a happily ever after. It's beautiful. 8 of Wands, Page of Swords, very interesting. Again, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If this is in your chart, it's shining through really loudly. Right? The World, Six of Cups. The Well, now this deck has 2 extra cards in it. It's the Well and the Artist, so the Well is coming forward here. The High Priestess, oh, that's a gorgeous combination. And the Knight of Wands, a fire sign energy, an Aries, a Leo, a Sagittarius. There's strength in this reading. I saw it in the singing bowl. We heard it in the singing bowl. And it really is manifesting itself forward here for you in a very powerful, very distinctive way. So let's start off with just the fact that we have the repeat of the number 3. So it's very interesting. We have the 3 of Pentacles, we have the 3 of Swords, and then we have, this is your personal self, your heart, and then we have your public self being shown, and that's the balance. So you're finding this balance between what needs to be created and the heartbreak that you have been through. And it's very interesting that the heartbreak of the heart is what crowns it, is what shows us, is what comes to us first. So there has been something very distinctive, very powerful, very heartbreaking, very overwhelming that you have been through, and it is affecting your heart quite intensely, okay? It's affecting what you love, okay? Yeah. No, seriously. See the rose quartz of the wand here being very drawn to this? It's kind of like to move forward in love, to move forward in healing, to move forward in balance. Okay, so we're going to start off with the personal self, and then how the personal self is affected by the heart self. So we have the 3 of Pentacles, hard work, coming together, communications, understandings. The 3 of Pentacles is working together as a team. You can have, kind of this dream team that's 3 of you coming forward. There's also something that you are working on that needs the collaboration of others. You cannot do it by yourself. Even if you would want to, you would like to. This is going to be, I need a second opinion. I'm very drawn to figuring out more. You can be doing more research, planting deeper seeds, figuring things out much more succinctly, fully, and prosperously for you. You're going to be looking at things and really looking at the truth of it. That's also going to be something that's very important. You will also call out people who do not carry their weight at this time. Meaning if you are working with people, and especially somebody who thinks they know it all, but really is a student of it, it's kind of like they have so much to learn, and they're not willing to learn, they're not willing to sit, they're not willing to communicate, to understand, you're done. And that's really going to affect you on a personal level. There'll be questions like, well, why do they always get away with this? Why does this always happen to me? So you're going to be taking this very personally, but you shouldn't be, okay? And I know it's so easy to say. I know it's like, wow, that's, what an easy solution. Don't take it personally. Just keep on doing your thing. But it is very important. It is very important in this situation because you're coming through. You're coming through with the swords yourself. So your air sign energy is shining through very brightly. This sense of knowing what you know, knowing what you desire. Here you know your truth. Period. End of discussion. You know your truth. You know your passion. You know your power. And even if you falter at times, even if you're saying, Dane, but I don't know. Like, I thought I knew, but things have become more complicated, or I thought I was there, but now I have so many more questions. That's the mind. That's the mind right here. The mind shining through is saying, yes, things might be overwhelming. Yes, you might sit there and look at stuff and be like, I had such a better picture before. And it can be before you had more information, but that's because you're adding a richness, you're adding a depth to it. And that's going to make things so much more powerful for you. You're the battle king, okay? You have strong masculine energy with you. Yeah, in your personal self, okay, you're very much wanting to find the solutions, get things done. There's a problem, you want to fix it. There's a way that you want to move forward here, and you're going to go about it rather methodically. And so with the King of Swords, you cut through those doubts and those fears. You speak your mind. Do be very mindful that you can have a sharp tongue during this time. Yeah, definitely. But there's something that, like, you've earned this. You've earned this. You've earned this place of respect, this place of passion. You're coming together with somebody, so there can be an air sign energy or somebody who talks a lot, okay? This person who, so this person that you're going to have a bit of a tiff with is going to talk a lot. They can talk your ear off, but they don't say anything. They do not say anything. And that's going to be something that really bothers you. Or they're going to be able to sit there and do those key phrases type of things, like make themselves look like a rock star, but they have no substance to back it up. And you're kind of like, I would rather be silent. You would rather yourself, like you would say, I don't want to say anything until I know everything. Okay, that's going to be your motto. I don't want to say anything until I have everything under control, until I know. All right, this person, braggadocious, fool. They're a fool. They just like to talk. You are also going to be very connected with an air sign energy. Again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, somebody who knows. Okay? These are going to be two very different people, because once you look at this person, the person that you don't like, okay, comes across like wants to be the king, wants to be the ruler of the castle, wants to have all the answers, wants to be the one everybody turns to. They're really the page. They're really a student. They are young. If they're not young, like year-wise, okay, they're young soul-wise. And that's also going to be something where you need to step back and be like, okay, they're young. Like, and it's not an excuse for them. It's not. But it is a sense of, oh, I understand. It's kind of like, oh, like they haven't incarnated as many times as you have. They don't come to the table holding the same gifts that you do. And that's going to be something, again, that's going to be very frustrating for you, because you're going to be like, well, why are you kind of talking out of your rear if you don't know? And for them, it's going to be frustrating because they're going to think that you think that you're better than them, but you don't. Okay? And this is all very personal for you. This is all like, it kind of, yeah, it hurts you on the inside. It's like you want to fix this. You want to make this better. You want to be able to move forward and for everything to be harmonious. Some people, it's kind of like you have to give them enough rope. Either they make the most beautiful, slingshot that they can, or they wind up tripping themselves up. It's up to them. It is up to them. You're also being a student here. You're learning as much as you can. And it is going to really bother you when people don't take that role seriously, because you take the role of the student astoundingly seriously. You're like, wait, you don't think it's respectful? You don't think it's powerful to be gaining knowledge, to be learning, to be, bettering yourself? Like, what's wrong with you? And that's going to be something that, again, there's going to be this beautiful knowledge that comes forward, and you're going to be drinking of this well of truth, drinking of this well of passion and desire and the way that you want your life to be. And this is very personal for you. This is astoundingly beautiful for you. And this is a sense of, oh, I get it. Oh, I see it. Oh, I'm there. And you're going deeper in. You're going deeper in. There's inspiration that comes. There's a sense of sacredness to you. And that's going to be something, again, that really goes against your grain during this time, is if they do not see the sacred, you feel like they do not see the truth, which is a very good way of putting it. But you cannot, what is it in Mulan? We're going to turn this Saozier into a silk purse. You can't. You can't, though. You can't change what something is. And it's like, okay, just be. You be you, and I'll be me. And we'll see where we come. We'll see how we move forward. Because there is a beautiful lesson that you have here as you work with this person. There's almost like you realize a new talent that you have. It can be the role of teacher. You start becoming, this wise teacher that moves forward, and people start seeing that. People start seeking you out, and you think, oh, well, I didn't think that could be me. I didn't think I could move forward that way. You're also, again, you will not back down. And so that's going to be something that you have to be very mindful of for yourself during this time, where you're going after your truth, you're going after your passion. And with fools, you're going to be like, no, you have to see it. And some people, they'll never see it, even if it's as clear as the nose on their face, they will never see it. And so that will be a waste of your breath. So just be kind to yourself as much as it can be. Yes, be kind to them. Sure, fine. But it's being kind to you. It's not adding undue frustrations to you, because you're really setting yourself free. You are moving towards this sacred, beautiful truth, towards this beauty that you want in your life. And it comes, and your heart is calling for it. It's hungry for it, because you've been through so much heartbreak, so much pain, so much disappointment. It's like, enough is enough. Enough is enough. I'm done. I'm done. It might have been 30 years, 3 decades of heartbreak, pain, disappointment, despair, coming to you in different ways, in different forms. Now, it could be, less time than that, but I see it as being something very intense. It can also be something you inherited in your DNA line. It's like, oh no, well, the people in my family, the oldest girl is always like this, or, this one always has these burdens onto them. Somebody always has to, pick up the slack for the others. And it's like, no, it's done. It's done. You're starting a new cycle. But you have to give this hurt, this pain, the respect that it deserves. So many times we sit there and we're like, oh, buck it up. And, stiff upper lip and all that does mean something. It does. It has a purpose and it has a place in life. I think of, I knew my great-grandmother growing up, and I think of what she went through. And I think how, she just kind of had to soldier on. And it's like, wow, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, being that poor. I can't imagine having those struggles, an arranged marriage, everything like that comes at you. And it's like, wow. So here, with the Three of Swords, you're looking at things, and it can be that you're looking at maybe even 3 generations of hurts and pains and disappointments of lives, and you think, oh, well, now that gets to be me? And it's like, no. Others suffered so that you would learn. And I know that it might sound a bit flippant, or, there's just something very intense about what you have learned through heartbreak, through pain, through disappointment. And when you look at it, you're like, oh, well, what was it worth? Why was it? And it was like, it's because of the years to come. It's because of the time to come. It's because of the way that you now connect with other people. It is such a powerful truth to you. It is such a power within you. And this pain, it's like, what is the saying? Only the maimed can love. Only the hurt can care, or it's something to that effect. It's like, only when you understand pain, disappointment, suffering, hurt, despair, but truly have experienced it yourself, do you open yourself to a world where there can be more, there should be more. I mean, yes, you can close your heart off, and some of you Taurians have gone through that stage also, where it's like, well, if everybody who gets ahead just kind of, goes and takes care of themselves, that's what I'm going to do. But you found that it didn't work. I mean, you've come to this channel. If you come across this channel, it's like, no, being like everybody else, it doesn't work for you. It just doesn't. There's a compassion of the soul, and there's a beauty of the heart that needs to come forward. And it needs to come forward into our world. And so you move from the three of sorrow, despair, hurt, pain, to the 4 of Wands, the 4 of love. Prosperity, success, beauty, something to celebrate. It's like, oh, thank goodness. Now there is something to celebrate. Now there is something exquisite in my life. Now there is something beautiful for me. And this is finally, and this is what you will fiercely defend. I mean, because you have it right next to the King of Swords right here. It's like, this is mine. I've worked long and I've worked hard and I have suffered. I have suffered and I have desired and I have given up so much for this. And you're not going to let it pass you by. You're not. It's not going to be something where you're like, oh, well, I wasn't ready for it right now and it will come back later. No, you're like, this is my chance. This is my opportunity. This is my golden opportunity. And I'm seizing it. I'm seizing it. I will not be dissuaded. I will not be distracted. I will be success. And as you have that coming forward, this love, this beauty, this finally opens up the world to you. The world opens in a profoundly amazing way. The heartbreaks, the pains, the disappointments, they're part of the world. That's why it's making you such a key player in this world as we're moving forward. It's like, I know suffering, I know pain, I know disappointment, I know heartbreak, I know. And you know because you've lived. And here, look at this as almost the birth canal being reborn. It can't even be the head right here coming forth like Athena, came fully formed from the head of Zeus. And so here, you are taking that power of rebirth. You are taking that power of the world opening to you, of not being defined by despairs, saying, this is my truth, this is what I stand for, this is who I am. And as you see this, as you understand it, the world becomes more. And that's what your heart has been longing for. And that's like the missing piece, right? So you have this heartbreak that crowns it. And it's like the missing piece is the love, the joy, the prosperity, the brilliance, the beauty, the fact that this has all been worth it because the payoff is great. Because in the end, it's kind of like you can walk from hell to hell and back, right? Just as long as you know that there's something you're coming back to. And this is you coming back to you. Your heart calls for it. It longs for it. And you have the high priestess here. Once you're back, once you step into the grace of your life, and your heart is saying here, I embrace my love. I embrace my sacred inner creative truth. I embrace wisdom and understanding. I embrace solitude and connectivity. I connect with so much more than what the world offers at the face value. And that's going to be another reason why you do not suffer fools well during this time, or fake people. You're like, no, I need more. I want more. And you'll find yourself, if you're listening to this while you're sitting quietly and connecting with spirit, or while you're doing something where you find yourself like your mind being able to wander, that's going to be the times where you're going to hear this little whisper coming to you, saying, giving you suggestions, saying, oh, look at it this way. Why does it have to be like that? That's going to be really important. That's going to be so important for you. I see flowers around you. I do. I see flowers. I see this beauty, okay? Gardening, flower arrangement, something to that effect, where it's like, do something that connects you with the earth, all right? That connects you with your grounding self. Because as you focus on the beauty comes more. And the beauty becomes more. And the beauty becomes you. And the high priestess has the veil lifted from her eyes. You have the veil lifted from your eyes. And it's like, oh. And then you see everyone walking around in their masquerade. I always look at this like, in Phantom of the Opera, where they have that big scene, masquerade. And they're looking, but everybody's wearing masks. And that's what our life is. That's what the world is. We're looking for deeper reasoning. We're looking for deeper meaning. We're looking for so much more, but everybody's wearing masks. So how do you know? It's when you embrace the high priestess. It's when you sit there and you say, no more. No more. This is my oracle truth. This is my sacredness. This is what I stand for and where I need to be. And then your public self all of a sudden becomes temperance. It becomes balance, compassion, understanding. This sense of, as the world moves, what's so funny? It's like as you move from rebirth to the real looking at what the world has to offer us, okay? Because temperance is in between the death card and the devil card. And it's so funny because you have balance between them both. So death is rebirth. Death is also the great equalizer, right? And the devil is the temptation, is our addictions, is what the world tells you are to long for, and makes you feel guilty if you don't. Like, what if you don't see the world the way everybody else does? What if you don't want, meaningless hookup after meaningless hookup? What if you don't want the big mansion? What if you looked at it and said, well, I strived for that, but I was miserable along the way, and I don't see how happiness is going to come with me actually obtaining it. So why don't I just start listening to myself instead of listening to everything that I'm bombarded with? What if instead of, the first thing we do in the morning, turning on our phones and checking everything, what if you listen to the birds sing? What if you looked at the balance for your heart, your soul, your sacred self? Because there's a sacredness to you during this time. And you're going to want to hold on to it. You're going to want it to be a part of you. And as you move forward in this balance, okay, as you move forward, learning this balance and seeing this balance, this is what people see of you. Your truth with your throat chakra comes out, this balancing force. And as you see this balancing force come forward, you're going to be like, oh, I understand. And that's what people are going to note about you. They're going to sit there and be like, is there something different about you? Did you change your hair or, do something like that? And they're not going to be able to put their finger on it. Like, did you lose weight? Did you do this? They're going to try. But they're not going to see that inside. They're not going to even know that inside you've made this huge shift. You've called on balance. You've called on what you desire. This harmonizing force of spirituality with practicality. And then everything starts changing. Everything starts changing. You have the Eight of Wands. It's like everything speeds up and change. It's like it's ready for it. This change is necessary. This change is powerful. And it happens once also you declare your truth. It's like, I'm not going to put up with other people's lies. I'm not going to sit there and think, oh, well, you know better than me, and so I'm just going to be quiet. Or, oh, my feelings aren't really necessary. This person's feelings matter more than mine. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm seriously done. And then as the change comes in and as it washes over you and as it's a part of you, you then have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups has us looking at what has held us back in our childhood. Okay? So you've repeated patterns in your life, as every single one of us has. And it's like, why? It's because somewhere along the line, negativity was spoken over you. If you were just good enough, if you were just the best kid you could be, your parents would be happy. Life would be better. The yelling would stop. Nobody would cry anymore. If you were just the best kid you could be, if you just tried your hardest, they'd notice you. You'd get a good job. You'd be told you did a good job. There are all things that we do. We internalize the world when we are children. It's all about us. Because it's the only thing that we know. As we grow, we break that shell. And it's like, oh, man, okay. There's so much more here than I thought. And so with the Six of Cups, we hold so much pain to us. We really do. So much pain, so much hurt. But also there's such beauty in children. There's this freeing laughter. There's this sense of success. There's this sense of wonderment. And that's also what you're seeing here. You're connecting with a time when the world was magical. And as we grow, we lose that magic. We lose that sense of wonder. We stop looking for Narnia. And it's like, why? Why can't we sit there and look at a flower and not see cups as, oh, they have to be cups, but oh, now they're vases. Oh, wait, now they're swimming pools for fairies. Just that whimsy, that laughter, that sense of there's so much more to this world. And just letting yourself be, because as the world opens and as you're a student of your mind and yourself, and as you're cutting through the doubts and the fears, and you move forward, with the world opening to you, with this passion and this development and this sense of being reborn and reclaiming what you want and this perfection, okay, this victory, you get to see the world as a child does again, filled with wonderment, filled with so much more than we give it credit for. And then you move forward in passion, in creativity, in desire. It's like, oh, okay, I see you. I see you wanting to be. I see you embracing your intuition. Yes, the armor is on. Why? Because you're a knight, you're a defender. And if you aren't able to defend yourself, who are you going to be able to defend? And so your knighted self moves forward towards passion, towards understanding, towards what is more. Now, you also have a very strong connection with a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? Strong Sagittarius presence here, especially in this line within the public. So you can be having this kind of communication with a Sagittarian. This can be a very intense meeting for you. This can be somebody you've known before, okay? But there's something new being brought to the table. and there's something old being resolved. And I don't know if this is past life. I don't know if this is, looking at things and saying, I'm no longer going to be held back. I get to be curious. I get to be wondrous again. Because Sagittarians, they're the seekers. They want to find. And Taurus, I mean, my goodness, are you a seeker too? You're a person who wants to find the answers, who is deeply connected to the sensual, to the beautiful, to the experience of life. And that's something that's very powerful for you. And as you're moving forward, as you have this Knight of Wands energy around you, it's like, okay, I'm going. I'm carrying my magic, my potential, my desire, and I am going to, Spirit is just saying, to a place of unexplored reason. It's kind of like, I'm not going to be held back anymore. I'm not going to let your definitions become my mantra. And you move forward, with a ferocity, with an intensity, with a beauty that takes your breath away, that connects you with something greater. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, goodness. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper and define. Please go deeper for Taurus. Oh, okay. High Priestess again. Oh, wow, I love that. Please go deeper for Taurus. July 1st to the 15th, go deeper for Taurus. What do they need to know? Go deeper for Taurus. What do they need to know? Go deeper for Taurus. What do they need to know? Show me. Show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides guide us. And show me clearly. All right. Then we have the King of Shells, King of Cups, Water Sign Energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. The Shaman, that's you. That's you, Taurus. The Four of Crystals, the Four of Pentacles. The Magician. The Ten of Acorns, the Ten of Wands. The Five of Acorns, the Five of Wands. The Nine of Shells, that's beautiful. And Temperance, again, balance. Yeah, okay. That's all they want me. Yeah, that's all they want me to draw right now. Okay, so with your inner self, okay, there's a sense, Taurus, that you're different than the crowd, okay? And you try to fit in. But it's like you're wearing the mask and everybody else isn't. So stop. So stop and just be you. Because there's something that you are finding a balance of, moving deeper towards, and it's kind of like, you can't be fake. You just can't be. Other people will have a much easier time of this. They'll sit there and they'll be like, oh, well, I love this, I love that, and it's just a bunch of bull. Have you met those people that they're, like, they couldn't tell you the truth if their life depended on it? Those are the type of people where you're sitting there and you're seeing them more and more and more. And you're like, seriously? And so internally for you, there's a wisdom, there's a beauty that you're connecting to. There's also a strong connection to the sacred feminine, okay? To the sacred, to the sacred loving energy that is about nurturing and compassion and healing. And you're connecting with it about sensuality and beauty. It's a part of you. It's a part of you. And you have the Four of Crystals here. Okay, so the High Priestess says intuition and sacred knowledge. That's definitely what you're embracing. And then the Four of Crystals says control and security. Because the Four of Crystals, the Four of Pentacles, is my vampiric energy card. So there are people who come around who want to kind of steal your energy from you. Have you ever been around those people? I know you have, where they drain you. You're sitting there, you're talking with them, and afterwards that person goes away looking better, just like a bit brighter, a bit, more, and you feel less than. You feel like now you're done in grays. You're just like a sepia. I believe that's right. Yeah, sepia painting, where it's just like the colors are muted. It's like, no, you're done. It's like, now it is time, because I see this with the Five of Acorns, the Five of Wands. It's like, you're that roaring leopard. It's like, no, I'm done. I'm done with needless fighting. I'm done with, having to protect myself from fools. I'm done with nonsense. This sacred wisdom has shown me what I don't want in my life anymore. What drains me, what, immobilizes me, what makes me feel like I have to hold on because I could lose everything tomorrow. I'm done. And this is challenge and growth. This is what has challenged you to grow. And as you're embracing it, as you're looking at it, you're like, oh, wow. Because there's something within you where it's like, I do not want to stay in this situation anymore. And it's a situation of feeling, just as if you're surrounded by people who don't understand. I want to say fools. Spirit is showing me fools, but I feel like that's harsh. But it is. It's a bunch of people who you're looking at and whose priorities are skewed. They're coming to things with preconceived notions. They're coming to things with, with angers, with, wanting more and more and more. And you're like, no, I'm done. I'm done. And you're actually going to find that it's a time where you're going to kind of, it's not retreating, but it's connecting. Meditation, so important for you. This connection with your soul, with yourself, because it connects you with the well. This well of creativity, this well of knowledge, this well of passion. And it's like, I want to dive deeper into that. And this leads you to your heart. And your heart is crowned with the King of Shells, harmony and integrity. It crowns you with your heart. So where your heart is broken, now as we dive deeper, you are the ruler of your heart. You are the defender of your heart. You're the strength. You're this power. You're the king. And there is no one who will tell you what your heart should be. Okay, strong water sign presence, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Strong desire to move your heart forward. An embrace of your soul, yourself, your deeper wishes. You know your heart's truth. And it's also listening to your emotional self. You have the King of Swords in the personal self, okay? The heart self is saying we have to have an open conversation. The mind and the heart have to work together. Why? Because I believe that we are emotional beings. As emotional beings, we need to listen to our hearts. We do. And so often we sit there and we don't. We listen to what this person has to say or what that person has to say. We go, oh my gosh, if I listen to my heart, this is how I feel, but if I say it, I'll be laughed at. If I follow that dream, I'll be a fool. They'll laugh me right out of town. Nobody will respect me. How do I move forward? And the King of Cups is saying, listen. Listen to your heart. Listen to your passion. Listen to what you desire. Because the beauty opens. And the connection comes. And that leads you to the Magician. It's like once your heart starts ruling, the Magician, which is willpower and creation, comes forward. You have eternity above you. You spread your wings and you fly. There's a beauty to you that is not seen. There's a complexity to you that will be overlooked. And as you come to these realizations, as you embrace this power, as you sit there and say, as above, so below, as I think it, so it becomes, what I focus on, good, bad, or indifferent, becomes a part of my existence, my soul, and myself. You find that you take back control. And I love, love, love that you have the Magician and the High Priestess. So the Magician and the High Priestess, why am I pulling this one? This one. They're a sacred couple. There's a sacred energy to you during this time. The connection with the High Priestess I see as the Magician and as the Hermit. Okay, both of these hold a sacredness. And they come around her. And they empower her. And she empowers them. And what you're seeing here is this couple, this divine masculine, divine feminine energy coming together. The the magician saying, I know my altar that I stand on. I know what I am trying to become. Because the magician is the alchemist. The alchemist tries to turn lead into gold, tries to take his simple self and say, there is more, there is beauty, and there is brilliance to me. And so he transmutates. He becomes gold. And the high priestess sees it. The high priestess sees it and says, this is my sacred path. And so as you have this connection coming forward, the 9 of shells, okay, the 9 of cups, is gratitude and fulfillment. It's like, oh, okay. I can radiate with this truth. I can embrace this love. I can have this power be a part of me. Seriously? And it's going to be easier for other people to see this fulfillment, this radiance, okay, than it is for you. But it's powerful. It's powerful as it comes forward. And then what other people see right off the bat, okay? Let me just put this back because it's going to drive me up a wall. What happens is that they start to see you. Shaman, okay, number 5 in the major arcana, that's the Hierophant. And this is divine wisdom and spiritual power, which is what this reading is all about and what I'm so excited about. It's like, yes, this is you. Taurus, this is you flying high. This is you going after what you want. This is you being seen. The essence of your soul is seen. Will people reject it? Yes, because it's too intense. They're not going to be able to understand it. It's not going to be about cars and, jewelry and whatever, wealth statuses people want. It's going to be about you. It's going to be about what your heart craves, what your soul wants, what you deeply desire, and it leads you to putting down a burden, responsibility, and dedication. You are looking at your responsibilities. You are looking at what you are dedicated to, but you're putting down a burden that you have carried for so long. It's kind of like, no, this is what I have to walk with. It's like Atlas. My punishment is to carry the world on my shoulders for my whole entire life, for all of existence. It's like, no. It is time to embrace what you desire, what you want. It's time to look at your responsibilities and say, okay, I take them. I claim them, I own them. But others have to own their responsibilities too. And it's looking at your dedication, what you dedicate your time to. And it can be also restructuring. What is it that is eating up all the time and giving you nothing back or giving you very little back? Because as you move in this golden sacredness, okay, as you move in the beauty of this power, monotony, stupidity, just this sense of frustration, you're not going to be able to deal with it. You're going to deal with it, but you're not going to be as tolerant of it. It's like, why? Why does this matter? Why are we, being so, like, that's what you're going to feel like. There's so much more. Here, focus on greater. And you're going to see the greater connections, the beautiful truths. And you're going to be done with the superficial. And it leads you to, again, temperance, balance and harmony. It leads you to balance and harmony within your soul, within your existence, within yourself. And you're like, that's that. Again, strong Sagittarian energy, okay? As you release what is no longer wanted, as you look at your responsibilities, as you look at what you desire. Ooh, goodness. Sorry about that, guys. As you look at what you desire, you are going to see that the balance comes, the beauty comes, the success is a part of you. And it's like, oh, okay. And this balance comes in, and this balance guides you. And yeah, it leads you to more to more than meets the eye, to more than you ever expected. And then let's see your ending message. Ending message for Taurus, July 1st to the 15th. Ending message for Taurus, July 1st to the 15th. Ending message for Taurus, July 1st to the 15th. Show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly, guide me, connect me. Thank you. Ooh, Ace of Earth. Ace of Earth. Guide me, guide me. This one right here. Two of Earth. All right, and this one right here. Four of Water. Okay. So your ending message with the Ace of Earth is God, Source, Spirit, however you see the divine universe is handing you a gift. A gift of prosperity, a gift of seeds to be planted, a gift of what you desire. Do you take it? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's for you. And it is a personal power. It is something astoundingly beautiful for you as you're moving forward. And as you see this and as you understand this and as this gift comes, you're going to try and balance way more than you need to. You're going to sit there and be like, okay, I just have to do everything. I just have to get everything right because I don't want to drop the ball. I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to let anything down or anything go or, anything to fall apart. And as you're balancing, okay, also you take on too much right away. So just be mindful of that. Kind of delegate or say, okay, I can do some things tomorrow. I can look at some things later. Okay, as you're balancing, what you're going to see is that you could spend so much time focusing on the balance that you forget about your personal balance. So you forget about the connecting with your heart, your soul, yourself, what's needed. And you can find yourself being out of whack, but everything else like being perfect. So make sure that you connect. Make sure that what you're working so hard for, you're actually able to enjoy. And then the Four of Waters. Divinity hands you a gift of love, a gift of compassion. There's beauty before you, and you see it. You're not oblivious to it. But as this beauty comes in and as you're connecting, you need to rest, you need to breathe. Staying hydrated, okay? Spirit is telling me right now, Taurus, staying hydrated is going to be something very important for you. Making sure you drink enough water, you eat enough, foods with lots of water in them, so fruits and vegetables and things like that. It's going to be very important for you. And gifts are going to come your way. And they're not going to have the packaging you expect. They're not going to have, the wrapped up in pretty bows type of thing. But it's going to be coming. And it's going to have you look at things in such a profound way. And as you do, okay, it's going to make the balancing so much easier. Because you see the gift so much more profoundly. Let's look at your spirit animal message for this time. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2020. Taurus, angel and spirit guide me. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2020. Spirit and angels, speak truly. Give us this message. All right. The fox. Think on your feet. Okay? You're going to be looking at a lot of things. A lot of things are going to be coming at you. And you're going to have to decide, and it is going to be rather quickly, Taurus, what's rubbish and what isn't. What has merit and what doesn't. So don't be afraid to think on your feet, to have that connection moving you forward, because that's going to be very powerful for you, because you're going to be able to throw out what is nonsense. And you're going to be able to deduce the truth really quickly, and that's because the veil lifted from your eyes. It's because of the transformation from lead into gold to, your greater desires, to what you truly need. And then let's look at your botanical messages. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2020. Taurus, July 1st to the 15th, 2020. Taurus. Angels and spirit guides. Ooh, goodness. Speak clearly. Show me clearly. Show me clearly. Guide us. All right. Yeah, wait. There we go. Service. For your personal self, you need service. With the garlic. For your heart, you need mystery. And for your public self, you need nurture. So be in service to your heart, to your soul, to the inner voice inside of you. Don't negate yourself. You'll do yourself a great disservice. The ghost pipe. Mystery. Your heart. Your heart looks for the mysteries in the world. Your heart wants to seek them out, to know them deeper, to know them better. Move with them. Embrace them. And then with the clover, your personal self, nurture it. Nurture your potentials. Nurture your possibilities. Nurture you. Because you're moving forward in an extraordinary way. All right. So now let's look at your subconscious message. Your subconscious chakra message is personal power. This is the solar plexus chakra. Your personal power is profoundly strong and absolutely beautiful. Let it shine. And don't underestimate yourself. Your subconscious tarot message is the Fool. It's time to begin the journey. People might call you foolish, that's fine. Every hero, as they start their journey, is a fool. Every person is laughed at before they succeed. Go after your success. Begin your journey. Take that leap. It is time to leap because the sacred truth is guiding you. Your next tarot subconscious message is the Six of Acorns. This is success and triumph. You make it. Subconsciously, you know that there's something greater out there for you, and that's what you're going after. And then you have the Page of Air. Air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Being a student of your thoughts and ideas. Moving forward with this alacrity of self. Not being constrained by what should be, but discovering what may be, what might be, what could be. It's going to be very powerful for you. A very powerful draw. And as you move forward in this power and in this understanding, you move towards something greater around you. There's a sense of a strong, again, air sign energy at your heart, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. A strong pull towards the questionings, the seekings, the findings, the carings, the words. Words hold tremendous value for you at this time. Your subconscious animal message is the Spider Spirit, which is one of my absolute favorite cards. Make your dreams real. Only you can do that. We all have dreams. And either we plant them and we nurture them and we watch them grow, or we hide them, we hoard them, and we watch them wither. And it's hard to decide, do we let our dreams become part of the world? Do we let that beautiful private part of ourselves shine forward? Or don't we? And the choice is completely up to you. But your spirit animal cards say your spirit animal wants you to make your dreams your reality. And then finally, your subconscious botanical message is abundance, the hollyhock. It is time. It is time to live in abundance, Taurus. Embrace it. Become it. And it will become you. All right, Taurus. I wish you all love, peace, and happiness. It was a pleasure reading for you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe.